Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson from the JerusalemPost.com. This was published March the 28th, 2023, and last updated March the 28th, 2023 by Reuters from the JerusalemPost.com. And it reads, North Korea says it simulated a nuclear air explosion strike in Monday missile launch, the KCNA reports. And keep this in mind too. This is I believe on Sunday, North Korea had fired 2 ballistic missiles. Now a day later, they used a simulation nuclear air explosion strike on Monday as a missile launch as well too. So that, I wanted to add a note to that. And I'm finna read the news article, and it says, North Korea simulated a nuclear air explosion strike with 2 ground-to-ground tactical ballistic missiles during a Monday's launch. The state media KCNA said on Tuesday. North Korea leader Kim Jong-un called for scaling up weapons grades nuclear material to increase the country's nuclear arsenal. Said it will be fully ready to use weapons at any time, the state media KCNA said on Tuesday. So then at the same time, you have tensions are increasing versus of North Korea versus the South Korea, Japan, and the United States. Now you have those tensions at an all-time high, as North Korea are preparing for a nuclear strike, a preparation of their military defense, upgrading their nuclear capability, and ready for their nuclear arsenal in preparation of a possible attack against the United States, South Korea, and Japan as well too, as they buffer up their nuclear arsenal and their nuclear capability as well too, as they ready to go against potentially the United States, South Korea, and Japan. Like I mentioned again, the tensions at an all-time high now, because with the recent military exercise drills from South Korea and the United States, and North Korea look at that as a nuclear threat or from under a potential nuclear strike. So that's why you've been seeing North Korea firing off their missiles, their ICBM missiles, their hypersonic missiles, the short range and the long range as well too. So they're boosting up their nuclear capability, and they're sending more warning and nuclear threats to South Korea, Japan, and the United States. So as tensions, at an all-time high. And since I mentioned that, I'm going to bring out the Matthew 24 and verse 7. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Right, so we're definitely seeing the rise and increase of nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And that's North Korea versus the United States, Japan, and South Korea, Japan, and the United States against North Korea. And that's a definitely high increased tensions against these nations. And that's what we're seeing, And this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. And this goes into the nuclear strength and nuclear capability for North Korea. This is a prime example. This is Joel 3 and 10 of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, Beat your plowshares into swords and the plummy hooks into spears, and let the weak say I'm strong, right? Because you're seeing the strong military capability and upgrading nuclear arsenal from North Korea, Like the scripture says, let the weak say I am strong. Now we see the military strength and capability and boldness from North Korea against South Korea, Japan, and the United States as tensions at an all-time high, within against these nations. So with that, this was just a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out, as this recent news just came out from the JerusalemPost.com as of March the 28th, I meant to say 2023, from Reuters and from the Jerusalem Post, as it reads again. North Korea says it simulated a nuclear air explosion strike in Monday's missile launch. And like I mentioned again, and this was day before yesterday, of North Korea launched 2 more missiles, while the United States, I believe they deployed it once again, their B-52 bomber, as they was getting underway for more nuclear exercise drills between the United States and South Korea. So now we starting to see the tensions at an all-time high between North Korea versus Japan, United States, and South Korea, as tensions at an all-time high, like I mentioned again. So this is what we are seeing to be increased more and more and more. And that's why I brought out the scripture of Matthew's, the 24th, the 7th verse. The nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what we're seeing. It's going to continue to increase more and more and more of the hostilities between these nations have towards one another. And so with that, once again, I hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the 4 corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.